Hey everyone, this is going to be a guide on installing the Polisport ignition cover on a 2023 YZ250f. Let's do it. The first step for installing the ignition cover is, because that won't go straight on there, you have to take off the gear shift lever, and there's this one bolt right at the back. And so once that's off, just pull the whole thing off and it'll make it a ton easier to put the ignition cover on. Once you have the whole gear lever off, it should be a piece of cake putting on the ignition cover, just like that. So as you can see, we need to take off that bolt, and the one down here near this wire. Just a word of advice, the 3 bolts, that one, and that one, appear to be a 5/16 size. Now that you have the 3 stock bolts off, you can take the 3 Polisport ones and insert them on there. This little bracket that holds this wire from flapping about, there's also one up here. So what you want to do is, you want to put him back inside there, so he's flapping in there, and then you just want to comfortably put him back on there. Just give it a few turns with your finger just to lock it in place, and that should keep him happy. So now you get the remaining ones, you put one in there, and you want to make sure that's the flat edge, or the larger edge, is poking out towards you and facing towards you. It doesn't matter which bolts go where, they're all the same size. So you can put that one in there and that one back in there, and you can just tighten them up by hand because they're not the tightest things. Just do them hand tight. Get your ratchet out, flip it back over. And just tighten them up. I'm not too sure about the torque specs that you should be putting on them, but if I could undo it by hand, I can't imagine it's a whole heap. Just go around and tighten them up. You don't want them too tight, so stuff like that happens and you don't ruin the threads. It's nice and tight because you've got the rest of the 4 bolts holding them on. So that's how to install the Polisport ignition cover. It's done a great job and it's gone on pretty simple. All that's left to do is just put on the gear shift lever. Once you've got the cover installed, just go on and put the gear shift lever on in the same way you took it off, and make sure you got the 2 dots there and there that line up. That gives you the perfect position for it. And the best thing yet, it doesn't touch.